Granite Mini Challenge, and we're coming to you today with another tip for an RV fix. Now, I would feel like I was being stressed out by my wife about trying to auto level this camper. We are staying somewhere where we're not on full power, so we're dumbed down to nothing. And of course, my dumb behind decides to have the cord hooked up from the camper's pin box to the truck, and I accidentally pulled off with the cord hooked up, and of course the cord came off the camper. So now I'm doing this video today because there's videos out there, but nobody shows you what wire goes to what, just depending on what pin box you have. We have a gooseneck pin box, a Reese, and we have a 2021 Grand Design. So I'm going to show you how to wire this back up. Now, you can do one or two things. You can cut the wires and try to wire it back up yourself, or you can do it like I did, which I think would be a smart way to do it because you may not know what wire is which. And the first thing I want to show you, on a Grand Design camper, they have your wiring wired to these little, I guess you could call it like a wire nut, so to speak. And as you can see where I pulled the wires out, all the green, this is blue and black, this is red, and this is one that we fixed that we're not going to use anymore, which looks like it had black wires in it. So these are wire nuts that the camper store uses. So if this ever happens to you, you'll have to go back to the camper store to get it fixed. So let me show you what I did. And of course, as you can see, everything got pulled from the junction box. The cord got pulled totally out of this junction box. Everything was hanging. And the way this works is Grand Design or camper stores wire your wires up with these little boxes. And what they do, these are individual wires that plug into this little box. Now I have this taped up, but basically what it is a little flap you raise up. You can pull the wire out and you can put it back in. So what I did is this big wire came out. I was able to put it back, clamp it down, but the rest of them I cut, all but the three actually that have boxes on them, and the rest I cut and wired nutted it back up together. Now what I found is this black wire on your 7-way wire harness is 12 volt. This right here is a red and white wire. It is also 12 volt, and it goes into one of these boxes. Well, when I pulled all this out, I didn't know what was 12 volt and what was not 12 volt. But on this box, it tells you how much voltage is in this box, which I think mine said 340 volts or something like that. But to make a long story short, the 12 volt goes to this red wire on this particular RV. All your whites go together. Then I have 3 green wires, they go together. Then I have a blue, black, and blue, they go together. Then I have another 2 black wires, they go together. Then over here I have a light red and a dark red wire, they go together. And then I have 2 brown wires. And basically what happens is you can look at a 7-way wire harness. The way they have the plug itself color coded is pretty much going to be the way you'll want to wire it up. Now they have another video out there somebody did with pretty much kind of the same similar setup, and basically what they did is they cut all the wires and did red to red, blue to blue, black to black, and all that. But as you can see on this particular RV, it didn't work that way, because as you can see here, it was a blue, black, and blue. And you're probably asking me, how did I come to find out which wires were which? Well, some of these wire nuts that you see here have the all greens in this particular one here. This one here had the blue, black, and blue. This one here had the 2 reds. And of course this one here, I'm not sure because we actually fixed this so it's usable. But before we fixed it, the wires that were in there, I think, was the yellow wire, which was, we took that out. We took all the trash out of most of them, and that's what we got. And that's how I came to know this wire code combination. So when you look up these 7-way wire harnesses, everybody's going to say, well, do a color code, white to white, black to black, and all that. That's not the case, because as you can see, my 12 volt is a red wire and a black wire. And how I came to that is because I read the voltage on this little box here that's connected to these two that told me it was like 340 volts or 540 volts. But you've got to pay attention to the voltage on these particular type of plugs. Everything else is red to red, all green, to brown, except for the blue, black, and blue, and the black and the red. Those are the only two that is different. But once you wire this back up, check it with your vehicle to make sure that what you're running, whether it's your lights, whether it's your refrigerator or whatever's inside, is going to work before you put tape on any of this and put it back in this junction box, because if you don't, then you've done all this work for nothing. So this is just an RV tip to rewire your 7-way wire harness when you pull it away from your camper. Not changing the plug, but pulling the actual whole cord away from your camper. So don't just go by everybody says the color code black to black and all that. That's not true, because as you saw, I have blue, black, and blue, 2 blacks here, a black and red and white here, and so on and so forth. So this has been another RV hack that you can do. So you can go by matching up the wires by color code until you get to your 12 volt wire. You have to find out what wire is your 12 volt, and this wire here also is your 12 volts, which is going to equal whatever power you have coming into this little plug. So we just wanted to go over that with you, because there's not a lot of people out there that will go over the wiring as far as not just the color code, but what's your 12 volt. You can look in your manual, or if you can get a schematic from your manufacturer, that'll give you a better idea of how to do this. Also too, I just want to say, if you have any questions, comments, please like, subscribe. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and we'll be glad to answer any questions if you have any problems with this setup. They do, however, have new junction boxes. Nobody really does this anymore. The new wiring code is, pretty much color coded like we were saying, and the wires match up to a wire nut. But when you have this set up, you have to be careful, and if you don't know what wire goes to what, please call an electrician or go to your manufacturer and get a schematic so you can figure it out. But this has been Ren at Mini Talons. Please comment, like, subscribe, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and just let us know what you think. And if this has been helpful, please, by all means, give us a comment. Thank you so much, and you have a great day.
6 hours later.
One more thing I forgot to mention about this with this wiring. There is a yellow wire here. I don't know how easy it is to see that. That is wired to this little plug-in box. This wire is for backup lights only. So if you do not have backup lights on your RV, there's no need to worry about this wire. You can cap it off and let it go. So we just wanted to add that, and that's it. We hope this video's been helpful.